It's the first week in August, and it's time for the second half of our weekly garden update. And then in the straw bale right next to it, have a Matoyo. I picked some off of this plant not too long ago. We have a couple more that are probably ready to pick right now. And it's still looking okay. Then right next to it, we have the fish pepper. Another fish pepper. And it's getting peppers on it. It's pretty plant, and the peppers are kind of cool looking too. But it's doing very well in this straw bale. Better than the one out in the garden. Then this is our hybrid with the hot peppers on it, and I picked a whole lot of peppers off of it not too long ago. So it doesn't have too many peppers on it. It has some new ones coming on though. Then this Oda, I picked some peppers off of it, and it still has plenty more to pick. And one I see turning color back there. They turn after they start out yellow, then they go to purple, then orange, and then a pretty bright red when they're fully mature. And the Phileas blue in this straw bale has done pretty well, although it's laying down because of the storm now, and I haven't tied it up yet. Here's some sweet potato vines that I started from slips, and they're growing all over the place. There's that petunia in the hollow log. It's done very well for us. And there's that straw bale with the tomatoes that had a real bad spider mite problem. I've got a few tomatoes I'm going to pick still. Then I'm going to be pulling that plant out, or those two plants. And the tomatillo is loaded with tomatillos. And I cut a whole lot of that plant off. And right here, this straw bale. Earlier in the year, I harvested a whole bunch of eggplants off of these two eggplants. Then I pruned them a lot. And now they're starting to come back, and they're going to get a nice later harvest. They're loaded with blooms and small eggplants. This one over here is kind of the same way. Then there's that black pearl pepper ornamental. And there's the grow bag that I had a good potato harvest out of. I have beetroot coming up in it right now. I'm also going to plant a couple of bush beans. It might be overcrowded, we'll find out. The acon's coming on pretty well down here. Had one that got broke from the storm. And the tomatoes are embarrassingly overgrown back there. Let me get back there so I can show you some of them peppers. This Courbaki pepper withstood the storms, got lots of peppers on it. When they don't curl, they get pretty long, but most of them get a little squirrely and curly. Here's a little one. That's kind of what they do a lot. Right next to it, we have the mystery pepper. Still don't have a pepper on it. If they don't produce something soon, I might just pull it out. Well, we got some setting on, so looks like it's maybe an emerald giant. I already pulled out the other one on the other side of the garden, so I might just pull that one out. For some reason it had kind of yellowish leaves on the bottom, and so does this one. Interesting. Then this is the Chinese 5-color pepper, and it's got lots of peppers on it. Then we have an albino bullnose right next to it, and it kind of fell over in the storm. I need to pick some of those peppers. And then this one fell over too. I need to tie it up. It's a Buena Mulata, but look at all those peppers. That sucker is loaded. Then another Courbacci over here. Courbacci, it's got lots of peppers on it. It's a pretty productive plant. There's a quick look at what the black pearl peppers look like when they ripen. Get a real pretty color to them. This is a look at the tomatillos from a different angle. This is what they were doing on the other side. They drape over plumb to the ground. And I cut them back. So I might do the same to these, I'm not sure. I haven't planted anything in that grow bag yet. Not sure what I'm going to plant yet. But as before, the sweet potatoes are trying to take over it and the rest of the garden. You can see the grow bag for those are right there and right there. And if we look back there, they're way out in the middle of the garden. This first grow bag with the sweet potatoes is Okinawan purple, and they're way out here in the yard. And the yellow jersey is the same way. Then right next to those we have the banana tree, and it's not growing as fast as it was, although it's still growing. And the canaflower is going to seed there. The cotton's finally starting to grow taller. And that 12-foot sunflower, I still haven't taken it out. The cotton, it kind of got blown over a little bit from the storm. I haven't staked it up or anything yet. That one's trying to straighten up. They get the pretty white flowers and red flowers on the same plant, which is interesting, I think. And right below that is that little pink banana tree. Is doing pretty well over here in the partial shade. And the 12-foot sunflower stalk, I still need to cut it out. I haven't got around to it yet. I'll be saving a few seeds from it, I think. Goji berries are over here on the table. I might as well show you that tall phlox. It got kind of bent over by the storm too. But the goji berries are starting to ripen now. Have lots of berries, mostly on just a few limbs. Although there are some up here at the top, not as many. I mentioned our rows of Sharon bush last time and how the hummingbirds like it and how they'll be migrating through this time of year, and I've already been seeing more than we were. Most of the summer we only saw one at a time, so I'm wondering if we didn't have a female with a nest somewhere, but we saw that one, or no more than one at once, and then a few mornings ago I saw three that were doing some little aerial battles in our backyard. But they are starting to migrate through for those folks who live in my area. If you're just now finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Otherwise, like, comment, and share. We'll see you next time.